How we doing, everybody? It's John here, and I just wanted to take a little opportunity to have a little cup of coffee with you and chat about the music that I've been listening to over the last week or two. And you'll have also noticed I did the date down there in the American style. I betrayed my own people. So regardless, let's start this off. Drop a little like on this video. Different style of video for me today. Look at me moving like a real YouTuber. I got one of these stands now. Let's kick things off. And an album that I've been listening to this week since doing the reaction is Wunna from Gunna. A nice surprise, actually. The wheezy beats on here, really enjoyable. Not unlike the wheezy beats on that Nav album, but I'm pretty sure Gunna doesn't say the words "go" at any point during this record. If he does, I certainly didn't hear it. And then you got tracks like Met Gala that goes into Nasty Girl, even Open at Argentina. It's just a nice, smooth record with fantastic production. And the more I listen to Gunna, as my man Dev MEAMI tells me, he's sliding on these beats, man.
You slide though, that'd be kind of fire.
He's sliding on these beats. I'm looking forward to getting in the car. Basically, there's no point going in the car at the moment because we're on full lockdown in the UK. Well, we're not because the kids are in school and everybody's out and about in shops. But I'm talking again about British people getting betrayed, but that's another story for another time.
That has been a problem.
When I can get in the car, I'm looking forward to listening to these tracks in that environment where I've got something else to concentrate on. And if you go and watch that reaction, you can sort of see me reappreciating perhaps this style of music, but Gunna specifically. But in a month where a few trap albums have dropped, we've had Nav, as we talked about, which is sort of great beats, not too keen on Nav himself, but I didn't mind the record. And then we got that Future and Little Uzi album, which again was alright, and I didn't mind the vibes. But I mean, you talk about forgettable, I was forgetting each bar pretty much the second it happened, and I was on to the next one. Surely the trap album of the month, and perhaps one of the trap albums of the year, St. John, While the World Was Burning. And shout out to St. John as well, who actually shared out my video on his socials. But yeah, this album, man, you've got this beautiful balance between trap style, he can genuinely sing, so you almost move into that Bryson Tiller trap soul lane, but it never goes fully R&B. So I think he's almost like moving in his own lane in that respect. Listen, it's not defiantly original, it's not JPEG Mafia or something like that. It's very palatable, in fact, it's very listenable. Listen to a track like Quarantine Wifey, which is a real standout from that record. Brilliant melody, great hook, and then you got JID coming on, absolutely slaughtering his feature. But the whole record is fantastic. But moving on from JID as one of the most prodigious talents kind of in the rap game coming up, I listened to the new Cordae track called The Parables and a music video that goes along to that. And yeah, I couldn't help but be impressed. Like, I've been impressed since this guy came on the scene. He burst on the scene, basically clapping back to J. Cole, of all people, responding to that 1985 track from J. Cole's record KOD. And the confidence he brought in that, plus the facts he was spitting. I was expecting when I first listened to that to it just basically be a fuck J. Cole anthem, and it's anything but. It's like a sort of intelligent, thoughtful, insightful breakdown into disagreeing with a lot of what J. Cole says. And you listen to it and you go, not only is this guy very smart with a lot of talent, he's talking some truth. And I always thought when J. Cole would have heard that, and he would have heard that, he would have actually been proud of the guy, would have probably considered his own point of view a little bit. I feel like with this track, The Parables, he's stepped up to a different level. Not because the song is mind-blowingly amazing, but just because it shows a level of confidence. It's starting to really kind of establish him as his own artist. And ironically, he actually reminds me of J. Cole in a lot of ways because of the way he uses inflection in his voice. He has bars, there's no doubt about that. He's always had bars, but he's now adding more elements of performance, more elements of confidence, like I say, vocal inflections, little things that make you stand out from the pack. I'm always seeing new people coming through, new lyrical rappers potentially trying to break through, and they got their little freestyle video. Watch so many of them, and so many, you think, well, okay, they can certainly rap, they can fucking rap a lot better than I can. But what's happening here, there's no sizzle on this steak. Cordae, mate, the guy's all sizzle. That's a John Denton guarantee. And talking of prodigious talents, again, Saba's done a couple of new tracks, So and So and Are You Down Part 2. Like the tracks, but the problem with Saba for me is he feels like a guy that you need to get into the full project. And the problem is with Saba, right, is he has tracks like Life and like Prom King, which are so fucking good that it's almost impossible not to be comparing anything he might put out to those tracks. But these tracks, So and So, especially So and So, which is much more sort of melodic, vibey track, it does sound really nice. it doesn't compare to those tracks, so it's kind of unfair, and that's why I want to hear the whole body of work, really. I want the body of work so I can kind of see the angle he's going for, the artistic vision behind where he's going, because neither of these tracks really did a huge deal for me. Enjoyable, but the problem is when you're comparing it to that level, you're expecting so much. Guys, I'm going to bring it home a little bit despite me screwing over the British people by saying the date wrong.
A problem.
Loads of you guys are always on at me. I had a lot of requests to check out the Loski record, Music, Trial and Trauma, a drill story. I picked some songs off of that, Teddy Bruckshot 2, the track called Flavour, which he did with Stormzy as well, which isn't really a drill track. It's not a drill track. It's a different style of track. There's no doubting this guy's talent, right? He's got bars, he's got charisma, he's got presence. He has a way of jumping between a drill style and more of a sort of conscious rap style. I'm interested to spend more time with this record rather than just the songs I picked out, but it's definitely something there. I was going to check out the Dutchavelli tape, but I might leave that for a fortnight, 13 or 14 days. When I'm talking about drill's in danger of being ruined for me by one artist, and that artist is called Abracadabra, because he's so fucking good and his delivery is so insane, and his presence and the songs that he's putting out are on such a level that it's really, really making me struggle to actually enjoy other drill artists, and it's not their fault. But the thing is, Abracadabra not only brings a fucking fire energy and presence to these beats, where he just refuses to even let the beat catch up with him. He's like, no, we're going over here and you need to come with me. He's bringing an almost rock metal energy to some of his delivery here. Listen, I wish I'd filmed a reaction to Spin This Coupe, so I'm gonna have to hand the reins over to my brother Levi and show you his reaction just to this one part of this song, which I never heard anything like that on a drill track. It goes into this raw, heavy rock cadence, and the energy brings, it's like something from Rage Against the Machine, honestly.
No. Like, you know when Goku goes Super Saiyan, like, what the fuck is going on here?
Check that song out. It will make you do the same thing, trust me. Just a couple of weeks after Spin This Coupe, he's put out a track called Show Me, and that's fucking awesome as well. Keeping around the UK, we had gigs coming out with Dave, this track Straight Murder.
It's thrilling. Tom Hardy, I play the villain.
What a name for a track, because they both absolutely fucking murder this track. It's a brilliant verse from Dave. Like, I can't wait for his new record. You talk about levels, he's just getting better and better, and you forget he's still only, what, 22? If you've heard this track already, go back and listen to it again and just listen to all the pairs. Obviously, you've got Giggs and David, pairs of people. Everything's in pairs. Just go and listen, and then Giggs comes on and just fucking slaughters it afterwards. And then just to keep it here, for one more track, we've got my man slowthai. He's just released a new track called NHS. I'm really looking forward to his new album. It comes out in February. We'll be doing a reaction to that, of course. Listen, man, slowthai has an ability to jump between styles that's very different for UK rap right now, and he doesn't really fit into the same box as a lot of UK rap right now. NHS is a very, very kind of Streets Mike Skinner-esque track, with an unusual beat, with an unusual hook, with an unusual video, but some brilliant heartfelt lines. There's also a load of other beautiful poetic stuff in there from slowthai, but still that kind of manic, anarchic, sort of cheeky, but slightly dangerous energy that he brings to everything. Alright, and just to wrap this thing up with a little bit of pop, like I've been enjoying that Miley, Cyrus and Dua Lipa track, heard that a few times already on the radio, still think it needed one more solo, one more soaring run from Miley Cyrus at the end to take it to another level. But regardless, yeah, real cool kind of like 80s glam rock style track. Some people on my reaction saying it's not rock music, it's not a rock anthem. Yes it is. Some people saying it's disco. It's not disco. It's the wrong type of beat. It's the wrong era. Just trust the old boy on this one. Talking of trust, mate. How good are these segues in this video, by the way? Talking of trust, or another word for trust, kinda. Faith. Oh boy, Abel. Delivering the unbelievable performance on the Vivo performance of the amazing Faith. And once again, just have to say, fuck the Grammys. Fuck the Grammys, though. Like, the Grammys are nonsense. But also fuck them because they have completely undermined themselves. They'd already undermined themselves so many times in picking ridiculous winners, but to not nominate The Weeknd through some weird sort of... It has to be spite, something to do, I'm hearing about a Super Bowl performance as opposed to the Grammy performance. It's all... Whatever it is, it's all bullshit. But bottom line is, The Weeknd's music was submitted and it wasn't picked for anything. And yet Justin Bieber's Young, Post Malone's Hollywood's Bleed. Come on now. But to keep it positive, That Faith performance on Viva, I've got a reaction to it on my channel, but also go and check the original, of course. Amazing stuff. This Monday coming up on my Twitch channel, link down in the description to that. We're going to be doing a Fuck the Grammys after hours listening party. There's going to be 6, 7, 8, maybe even 900 people in the room chanting lyrics in the chat. The energy on these listening parties are crazy. I highly recommend you being there if you can make it. Guys, that's about it. I've still got half my coffee to go. This is a great way just to be chatting about some of this music and to do some follow-ups as well. So I know you guys love to recommend, so please do jump in the comments, recommend. Please do support these videos as well, because I love to just sit in front of the mic, their new mic stand thing. I almost pulled it off then. Oh, if you knew how this stuff was set up, you'd laugh at me. Just talk my shit as well. See you on the next reaction. I'll see you on the next one of these. Hopefully I'll see you in the listening parties on Twitch. I'll catch you all later, alright? Peace!